This is Flyover Film Country. If I said that weird, it's because I am not good at my job here. So, many apologies. This episode, we will be discussing The End of Oak Street, the new David Robert Mitchell movie. He directed Under the Silver Lake with Andrew Garfield, and It Follows with Micah Monroe. And this movie is kind of like a classic Spielberg-esque premise. Very excited to discuss it with you guys. I saw it yesterday with a pretty empty theater. I don't think it's going to make a lot of money, but I did text you guys afterwards and said, this was like the biggest surprise I've had at the movies this year in terms of like how much I enjoyed it. So I am pumped to A, see you guys, and B, talk to you guys about a movie that I liked. So welcome.
Yeah. Hey, it's good to be here. It's good to be here for sure. It's interesting that your theater was pretty empty because mine, you also went earlier in the day.
I did. I went at like 9:35.
Yeah. I don't know how many people are going to the movies outside of seeing Spider-Man that early because that's what time I went to see Spider-Man. I don't know, who all has seen a movie that early otherwise. I went at like 1:45 or something like that yesterday. And it was packed. There were only like 2 or 3 seats left, and I snagged one of them. So
nice.
I was excited about that.
Nice. 550 on Friday was decently full, and Savannah did lean over at one point and say, I didn't think there'd be this many people in here.
Nice.
Libby, you had some shenanigans going on when you saw that, right?
Yeah. And so, okay. I'm not going to say word for word what I sent the guys in our text, but there was an older couple sitting next to me that were probably, I think they were older than my parents a little bit, just by a little bit though.
Yeah.
Definitely boomers who just kept talking the whole time. They kept going, what is that? What is she doing? Oh, look, it's a dinosaur. Crazy, a dinosaur in a dinosaur movie. I'm shocked. There were also other people talking, but they were like rows ahead of me, and I couldn't like also lean over to them and tell them to stop talking. Like, seriously, I don't know if it was quite halfway through the movie. It may have been a third of the way through the movie. It was right before, spoiler alert, the kids leave the house. It was right before that happened. So I think that was maybe a third of the way into the movie. But I finally leaned over and I was like, will you guys please stop talking? And
nice.
The lady just...
Good for you.
Thank you. The lady just looked at me like this.
That was not part of the text thread.
No, I didn't. I did not include that I also was like, hey, stop talking. But I did. I'm really proud of myself. And that's the first time I've told someone to stop talking since I saw Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was serious about Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
We saw it at, this doesn't matter to anyone except unless you're from Duncan, which is like no one probably who's listening
like
to
Dunkin'
this.
Donuts?
Yes,
just trying to
exactly.
understand here.
Right. But we went to the Twin Palace Theater, which was like the cheap theater, and there were only 2 screens in that theater. It was awesome. And there was my mom, brother, and me, and then maybe 8 other people, and there were 3 people sitting right behind us. So there were like 2 other people sitting somewhere else. And this girl at the beginning of the movie, she kept going, this is a dream. This isn't real. Just over and over, this isn't real. And I finally turn around and go, will you please stop talking? I'm trying to watch this movie. And she goes, that was rude. And I went to turn around. My mom put her hand on my arm and was like, don't. It's okay. It's fine. And I was like, and then she kept talking, and somebody else finally went and told like the movie theater employees, and someone came and like got onto her, and I was like, yes, vindication.
Justice.
So, justice.
That story that you told us in the chat reminded me of when Walter and I were talking in the previews before Top Gun Maverick, and that lady next to us was like, I don't know if this guy's gonna stop talking.
Listen, talk during the they sure talk during the previews.
Yeah.
Also, one of the things they said during the previews, which I thought was really funny, that new Brad Pitt movie where he's like
With the
a
dog.
veteran with a dog, and they get like stuck
And he
in the
hasn't
middle
done
of the-
anything bad to his family or wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because his children keep changing their names from Pitt.
Right.
Weird. Anyway, beside that, they kept going at the end of every trailer. Oh, you want to see that? Or no, I don't want to see that, which is fine. Like, I do
Yeah.
that too with my friends. That's cool. I think that's great. But the husband goes, I don't know if I want to see that. That looks really scary. And then the next trailer was the Insidious trailer. And I just was like, no, buddy, you haven't seen Scary.
That makes me think of the one time I was ever brave in my life and like talked to strangers at the movies was like the most embarrassing moment ever. Where it was this old couple sitting right next to me, and it was I was seeing the last Daniel Craig James Bond,
Oh, nice.
and
No Time to Die.
Yeah, No Time to Die. A trailer pops up, and every trailer has the rating before it, and it says MPA at the bottom. And this old couple sitting right next to me, the woman leans over to the man and says, "What does MPA mean?" And I was like, "Oh, I know the answer to this. And I'm going to give my knowledge to these old people." And so I said, "Oh, it means Motion Picture Association." And they looked at me like I had killed a dog in front of them. They looked
Like
so
you had killed
scared.
Starbuck.
Yes, yeah, I killed Starbuck. They looked so scared and frightened, that I spoke to them, and I just moved. I literally moved seats.
Wait.
I changed seats.
Hold on. She asked you a question, initiated it.
She was
No, she asked
asking
her
her
husband,
but
Oh,
she's
okay.
leaning toward and facing me. I don't know. It was whatever. I shouldn't have done it. I should have just sat there. And
I think you did the right thing, brother.
You did the right
thank
thing.
you.
I
Well,
agree.
then I just
Especially
moved
if
to a
it
seat
was
that wasn't mine. But
facing towards you. It's not like you leaned down from behind them and were like,
right.
It stands for Motion Picture
were like,
Association of America.
Hey, let me tell you what this means.
Yeah.
Please stop talking. Let her go.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I didn't have any. Yeah, there was nothing bad about my
That's great.
screening.
Love that
My
for
screening
you.
was nice. Yeah. Yep.
And that's it. That's
Yeah.
all
That's
we
it.
got.
Great episode.
Before, real quick, I do want to say the new Insidious trailer is actually pretty good, and it's I'm almost considering going to see that movie at the movies, which is crazy because the last one I went and saw was so bad.
Did we see that one? Did I see that one with you? The Red Door?
I don't
One?
think so. I think I just saw that with Savannah.
Okay.
But
No, I know that I saw it with Walter and Cody, but I couldn't remember if you were there or not.
no, that honestly was probably before I even knew you guys.
Yeah. May have
Walker
been the
wasn't
case.
invited.
Yeah, they didn't invite, or I did know you. Yeah, and y'all just didn't invite me.
They're like, no. that trailer where she's crawling out of the pillow fort tunnel is so scary. It's I was like, oh, another one of these movies, and then I was like, oh my gosh, this is really scary.
Yeah.
I'd
soon-
probably go see it.
As soon as I heard Tiptoe Through the Tulips, I was like, let me just grab my phone real quick and just look at that and focus on that and not focus on anything happening on the big screen. I do not
Yeah.
want to see what's about to happen.
End of Oak Street.
Oh, yeah.
I titled. Did y'all appreciate
I do.
did. I loved it.
I
I
really
loved it.
appreciate
Okay.
it.
I titled this
Yeah.
recording parentheses. I know the out of parentheses End of Oak Street, because at some point I think we're going to talk a little bit about Phoebe Bridgers' new album Lost Weekend that came out this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
So
This is
great
such a fun
pun.
episode.
And then also, did you guys laugh at my name?
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was pretty
I
good.
also
I like
thought it was
it.
funny.
I like
Yeah.
it.
It's a spoiler, So I'm not going to say it until we get to that part of the plot. But what did you guys think of the end of Oak Street?
I think so. I went into this movie. I had no expectations for it. I really had no idea what to expect. Watching the trailers, I was like, it really does feel like this is a coin flip of I'm gonna have a really good time or I'm gonna be really bored. And I had a good time. I enjoyed it. I thought this movie was fun. I thought it was well made. I thought is decently acted. There's like no glaring issues to talk about. I do like once we get to spoiler talk, I do have a lot of some questions about the ending that I think need to be should have been addressed a little bit, but everything else I thought was fun. I think it really was most successful. I think it like genuinely like putting dinosaurs in this neighborhood. Like it was really good at that. Like there are so many times where they're moving, down the street and we see dinosaurs they're not even interacting with or acknowledging, like even if it's just a piece like above a house, like a dinosaur walking by. And so there were a lot of moments like that where I just really appreciated their commitment to making this, feel lived in, by the dinosaurs.
Did you remember the orange tabby that like ran across the street?
Oh, yeah.
That reminded me of Teddy. I was like, hey.
It reminded me of Teddy. I saw it and I was like, oh, Teddy. Who's currently in Walker's lap.
He's
He's
joined
in my
us.
lap. He's like being really sweet right now. He bit my elbow earlier, so he's making amends. He wanted some popcorn, and I wouldn't give it to him. So
does he eat the popcorn, or does he just play with it? Because when
he
I
just plays with it.
Yeah, that's what Sandor and Solo do. They let go.
And then it's crumbled up all over the ground and makes a mess. So it's like, I'm not giving that crap to you.
Sure. Makes sense.
I just want to say, too, I love that, like, everyone in my life, I think I'm the only person I know that has an orange tabby right now. So it's like everyone I know that knows Teddy, or every time they see an orange tabby, they think of him. And I love that.
Aw,
that's fun.
That's cute. My brother actually has an orange tabby as well. His
Too bad
name
I don't know him.
Is Louis, so you don't know him, but I know him. So
is he a good cat?
Thomas. No. He's an idiot. He knocked my brother's TV off it's like mounted on the wall and had knocked it off. My brother came home to his TV being knocked on the floor and he had a few choice words for him.
How did he do
son.
that?
That's pretty impressive.
I don't know.
Well, these dudes are
amazing.
big. If you've never been around an orange tabby, they're not like a Maine Coon, but they're like the next probably biggest cats.
Right?
They're thick, they're big, and they're still really agile and can jump really high. And they are kind of dumb. Like,
do you think he weighs like 15 pounds?
Teddy, last time we went to the vet last year, weighed 17 pounds. He has lost weight since then because we put him on a diet.
Oh, yeah, you guys put him on a diet. I remember that.
So
hey, next time in Conway, can I come to your apartment and behold him?
Yeah, you'll probably, what we'll have to do, you'll have to come in, we'll sit in the living room, and we'll just talk and act like Teddy doesn't exist. Okay. And then eventually he will slowly crawl out and like drag his stomach on the ground, like slinking out. And we'll all look at him and we'll be like, it's okay, buddy, come on, it's okay. And you'll put your fist down and then he'll walk up, he'll sniff it, and he'll rub on it, and then he's good and he'll just chill. But he takes a minute to come out. That's the only thing.
I have one more question about Teddy.
Yeah.
Partially because I think the End of Oak Street is one of the great modern like pet movies.
Oh yeah.
Of recent memory, and we'll get to that in a little bit with Starbuck, the blue healer. Yeah. I'm assuming he's a blue healer. That's what I thought when I saw him. Right? You don't think he's a blue healer?
Sounds right. Yeah.
Anyway,
I have no idea.
One time I was
gonna keep it a buck.
One time I was feeding. Yeah, that's a dog. Yeah, not a cat, but a dog. But we do see some cats in the movie. But one gets eaten, but it's not like a dramatic thing. It's just like you see a dead cat.
Starbuck is definitely a blue healer. I Googled it to make sure. I thought it was, but yes, for sure.
Sometimes I'll be feeding. We have Solo, who's like all black, and he's kind of small. He's definitely smaller than Sandor. Sandor's a brown tabby. But one time I was feeding them. I was scooping the food out, and I was moving it to their bowl, and I hadn't dumped it in yet, and he was waiting there for me, looking up at me, and then my hand was almost to the bowl, and then he went, and he like headbutted my hand, and like the food flew everywhere. Has Teddy ever done that to you?
Well, so Teddy, because he is an overeater, has an automatic feeder so that we can feed him precisely the exact amount every day and for every meal. So sadly, no. But when I do refill his automatic feeder, the second I open the cabinet where his food is, he's like right under my feet, like meow, 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 meow. And then I'm dumping it in the automatic feeder, and he's sticking his head in there, like going crazy. And it's just like, it's so when cats are just so greedy. They're the greediest animal on earth. It's because they really are, because they're one of the only animals that hunt for fun. I think they might be the only like animal that hunts for
like
fun.
Domesticated cats, you mean?
Yeah, and in the domesticated cats will like they kill if you let them outside. It's actually a big problem. This is a PSA, guys. If you have a cat you let outside, please put a bell on it, because domesticated cats kill too many birds, and they're not killing them to eat them. They just kill them because it's fun to hunt, and it's like devastating bird populations in certain places. So put a bell on them so the birds can hear them and will fly away, because cats are great hunters and are really quiet. So if you let your cat outside, put a bell on it, please.
Not a problem for us because we keep them inside, but yeah, we still let them have their claws and stuff. So we're not cruel, but
Not monsters.
not monsters.
Speaking of monsters.
Yeah, good
Dinosaurs.
Yeah,
good segue.
great
Good
segue.
segue.
Thank you.
But yeah, I like this movie. So do y'all like this movie?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. I also went in kind of really with no expectations, because I wasn't sure what to expect from this movie.
Yeah.
I was thinking at the very least we'll see Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway, and that'll be great. That's enough for me. So, but I had a great time. I wasn't really sure where this movie was going, and we'll get into some of the things that really shocked me in this movie that alludes to Isaac's name in this recording. So
which we will reveal momentarily.
yeah, be patient, everyone. So yeah, overall I really enjoyed it. I thought the way that they also what I really liked about how they made the dinosaurs look in this movie was that they made them kind of look more like birds with feathers.
Yeah.
Instead of like scaly reptiles. And I thought that, and some of them, I mean, there was one that kind of looked like an alligator or a crocodile, and so that looks like a reptile, but a lot of them had feathers and looked like birds, which I thought was really cool. Yeah.
I was talking to Savannah about that, and I think it's interesting. I'm sure, I'm not a dinosaur expert, but I do know as time has gone on that scientists are starting to say they think that dinosaurs did have like more kind of fur, like some we saw, and feathers than initially thought. Like they all just weren't basically giant lizards. And so I think it's like cool. You can kind of look now at like a movie like Jurassic Park and see like how we thought about dinosaurs then, and kind of see the evolution of the science and like all we've learned about them, and kind of see a movie now that is probably a little bit more accurate since we've learned so much more.
Which, I mean, that's just 30 years later, that's not even like that much time, and how much we have. I say we. I haven't had any part in that, and I'm not a dinosaur.
Hashtag women in
That's
STEM.
right,
Olivia.
women in STEM. So the future is female, and so the amount of progress they've made with dinosaur research has been really interesting. So I think it's cool. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I was telling Jess it was cool because Jess got to go see Matthew McConaughey here at Arkansas Cinema Society Filmland Friday night. And then the next morning, I told her, I was like, I need to go see this movie for the podcast. She was like, okay. So she had this great time seeing Jeff Nichols interview Matthew McConaughey after a screening of The Rivals of Amziah King. I think that's how you say his name, or how they pronounce his name in the movie. And she came home. She was just telling me all about it. And she was like, I'm not going to spoil stuff because I want you to watch it. And I think it's like a Flyover movie. I was like, okay, cool. And then the next day, I went to see End of Oak Street. And I came out and I was like, hey, I'm coming home. I was like, I love that movie. I think you would really like it. And so it was cool having that experience because Jess doesn't go see movies very often anymore. And then also the fact that it was like 2 original movies.
Yeah.
One's an indie, one's a big budget, but they're both like original stories. And I really appreciated about this movie, the feeling it gave me, because it felt like I do think Walter would really like this movie once he got past the fact
I really
that,
think he would.
That, no kids die, but kids are in peril quite a bit. Other people die, we'll talk about. But this feels to me like it's the same Amblin kind of Spielberg-esque vibe. Of like, can't believe this is happening, crazy situation, family, kind of all, having to deal with this crazy thing. But it's obviously produced by a big studio and then has this edge and kind of like unexpected nature where you're not sure where it's going to go.
Yeah.
And in terms of like some of the things that happened, I was like, oh shoot, I can't believe they like decided to do that. So it felt like kind of a huge, I'm glad, I like can't believe this got made in some ways that like coming from, I guess like, it wasn't Warner Brothers. I guess was this a Paramount movie?
Great question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have a producer, but anyway, that was like I came out and I was like, man, that was just awesome. Like super fun. Like not a perfect movie, but like pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's what Savannah and I came out to. I told her, I said, that was like the first movie I've gone to in a long time, and it feels like that's a movie my parents would have shown me like growing up. Like I went and saw this when I was a teenager kind of thing. And it's the first movie I've seen in a while that had that feeling. But again, it does, like you're talking about the edge. This is a PG-13 movie, so there was a lot of I didn't think I was going to see anyone get straight up murked by dinosaurs, and you kind of see a lot of people get straight up smoked by dinosaurs.
Yep.
And I was not expecting that, but I think the movie was a lot better because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that the way they set it up, especially in the opening, right? It's like, it's summer. It is this like neighborhood picnic potluck thing happening, like a cul-de-sac party type of thing.
Yeah.
And it makes it feels very nostalgic. It feels very familiar, and it's set I think in 82, and so it has that feel to it, and it very much feels like something that should have come out in the 80s and not 2026.
Yeah.
And it feels like a movie. Yeah, it feels like a movie my parents would have shown me when I was a kid and had been something we'd grown up with.
Yeah, it feels like a movie your parents would have been like, "Oh, we watched this as kids, so it's fine like to show my kids." And then
right.
This is more violent than I remember.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also like watching it, oh, this would hold up. Like this is going to be great to like watch with my family, when like the girls are going to love this. It'll be like, we're going to watch Jurassic Park, and then the next night we're going to watch End of Oak Street, and it'll be like, whoa. And yeah.
It is a Warner Brothers distributed film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, can we just get into it? Can we just like get into spoilers moving forward from now on?
Yeah.
Because I want us to actually talk about it. We're 24 minutes in, so
can I tell you guys kind of to jumpstart everything?
Do it.
Plot wise, I think it's like a pretty good plot. Kind of like okay. I think it's pretty good. I like once you realize what's going on, it's not over explained. The spoiler alert, time travel aspect / like wormhole stuff is not, it like all makes sense, and the way it kind of loops is fun and satisfying, and it doesn't take away from like the dramatic depth that we'll kind of get into here in a second.
Yeah.
But the things that I just really loved about the movie were just two particular. No, the set piece with the huge ass dinosaur snake.
Oh my
dude.
gosh.
Oh,
That
dude.
was my favorite section in the movie, and totally terrifying.
Yeah.
Totally terrifying because he slithers. You see this creature earlier in the movie when the son, played by Christian Convery, the son's name is Brian, goes out to look for their dog Starbuck, and you see this creature slowly come out of a above ground pool, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And he's able to run away really quickly, but you're kind of like, oh my gosh, like that was scary. And then later on in the movie, he comes in through the window, and he's like all slimy, but he's massive. He's like 4 to 5 feet in diameter, and like comes in through the window and is like 100 feet long or something.
Yeah, and it just keeps going. Because I feel like when we see the creature earlier in the movie, in my head, it wasn't that long.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't know if we actually ever saw it in its entirety. But because it came out of the pool, it like the above ground pool, like the standard above ground pool that you're thinking of when you envision an above ground pool, it should not have fit in there. And again, I don't really care about that, or if it has grown just massively, I don't know. But that was insane. That was crazy.
And it goes past. It goes into a room, down a hallway. Everybody has their backs to the door, and it's right after this major character death, and everybody's kind of grieving and not paying attention, even though it's like very stealthy and quiet. And then it sneaks up, kind of comes up behind Anne Hathaway, her character, and you think she may get it too because of what had happened to Greg, Ewan McGregor's character, and then it doesn't happen. But like and that was the scene where like Brian is so freaked out. He's the first one who sees it. He doesn't want to say anything, and then he shoots it with his bow, and it like right as it's about to attack Anne Hathaway's character, and then it goes back upstairs, and Anne Hathaway's realizing like, oh, it's going to like eat my children and this poor neighborhood girl, and then she starts just stabbing it over and over and over and over again, and it is like, man, they like barely got this PG-13 rating. I feel like because this movie's like violent and intense, and you see their neighbor get killed and kind of torn apart by pterodactyls.
Yeah.
You see Ewan McGregor's character sledgehammer a dinosaur or like a T-Rex, and then immediately get his leg bitten off.
Yeah.
And then eaten.
Yeah.
In front of his children and wife, and I was like, damn.
And then like not only that, then they have to just slowly walk away silently while he's being eaten, and we can hear that happening.
Chomp,
Like,
chomp, chomp.
And right before that, we see dinosaurs having sex.
That's true.
It was pretty funny.
Which was funny, but that was another thing I wasn't expecting to see. I was like, oh, this is okay. They're doing this. Okay. All right. But it is funny. And I do love that Denise and Greg, Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor's characters kind of had that moment of reprieve in the midst of all of the insanity. But yeah, this movie I feel like really did just barely get away with being PG-13.
I even wonder if they knew it was going to be PG-13 when they were making it. Like, I question that because
Oh yeah.
like, I don't know if they knew that it would get that rating, because I mean the Ewan McGregor scene alone, I'm like, this is like, you see his leg, like him not having a leg, and there's blood, and it's like, it is not like hidden, you know?
Yeah, you see a nub, a bloody nub.
Yeah. I do have to say, I did tell Savannah after the movie that if I sledgehammered a dinosaur in the face to save her, and then like she wasn't already running away to get as far away from it as possible, like I would be so mad.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
get out of
and
there.
that's fair. That's fair.
So
Totally.
The plot mechanics of the movie, I guess, you realize that there are these wormholes, and it manifests first with a huge pile of poop in their neighbor's yard. And that scene was really funny. Like I thought that was really funny because Ewan McGregor, his character, walks into the guy's backyard and he's like, "You think my kids did this?" Because it's like almost as tall as them.
As two fully grown adult men.
Yeah.
Hey, also, by the way, the guy who plays Mel, his name is PJ Byrne, and I kind of love when this dude shows up. Like, he really does kind of make whatever he's in just a little bit better.
Yeah.
And I think he needs a little bit more recognition because he played the annoying neighbor so well. It was so funny.
He famously is like he's like the the Russo brothers stand-in in The Boys, who like directs all the Vought movies. Isn't he the director?
Yes.
That's where I do.
He is. Okay.
He's so good.
He's also in Babylon.
Yeah.
He's in that.
Babylon
I think
Hive.
as a director or producer or something. Yeah, Babylon Hive, Rise Up. But anyway.
So these wormholes, and then you realize that this wormhole basically sucked their whole city away. And I thought it was just cool, and that I was kind of you're keyed into something like that happening.
Yeah.
Just from the way that like they get to the edge of it, and there's like a tree that's like perfectly cut with the cut of the roadway or whatever.
Yeah.
You realize
school
like,
bus.
oh, this is the school bus, stuff like that. So you realize that is happening. You don't know why. It's not like, oh, we need to get to this factory or there's some kind of science thing. It's just like this is completely random. This is chance, and we just need to go there.
What does Peter B. Parker call it in Into the Spider-Verse? Not a doohickey, but a goober.
A goober.
You need a goober to do the thing, to fix the thing. And he just stopped learning the name of everything because it's just a goober.
A goober to fix the
there was
thing.
no goober in this. It was completely random, and there was no. It was just all by chance, and there was really nothing that could be done.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious to hear if you guys, they kind of faked me out a little bit. I thought they were going to go into a little bit more about how the wormhole came to be, because there's a moment in the movie where there's a giant pile of poop that's like, something weird's going on. But then there's also this unknown plant in a neighbor's backyard that Anne Hathaway's character takes a picture of. And she goes to the local library to try to find a book to identify the plant. And she asks the librarian.
A woman who reads.
Yeah. And she asks the librarian, she can't find the plant. She asks the librarian, do you know what this is? And she's like, well, that looks like this plant that went extinct 200 million years ago. And I was like, the librarian
know that?
And then they're like, oh, there's like a little wormhole at the librarian's house. And I was like, that's why the librarian knew, like, she has something to do with this. No, she did not. Spoiler, she didn't at all. And that was just me thinking way too much about stuff. But I was curious if that thought ever crossed y'all's mind either.
No.
To me, I was like, they hired this actor, so they were gonna get a little bit more out of her, and she gets to shoot some crocodile type
and that was
dinosaurs
sick.
with a shotgun, and then get murked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except at the end, she didn't. She had a McDouble as well.
That's true.
So, did we ever explain what your name is?
Oh yeah, my name in Riverside here. Our recording platform is Ewan McDouble.
Yeah.
So I hope people get a kick out of that. One thing, we're jumping all around here, but whatever. when do we not? My favorite part of the movie, other than Anne Hathaway being on screen every time, was when they get out. First of all, them landing in that lady's pool, hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
super
so
funny.
good
Very funny.
and like
Very
satisfying, you know?
Yeah.
So they land in the pool and she comes out and she's like, "What are y'all doing in my pool?" And then she's like, "Y'all crazy, get out of here." And
just goes back inside, by the way.
Right.
yeah.
Hey,
She's like, "Get out
that's
of
the 80s, baby.
here."
Yeah.
When she goes, she's like, "Stay here," and she goes to the phone booth, but she does this run. Did y'all clock this? It's the
No.
craziest run I've ever seen.
Do it right now.
It's like
it. Yeah,
she's
get
not
up and run
sure.
down your
I gotta
hallway real
explain it first, and then I'll demonstrate for y'all down
Yes.
the back rooms hallway.
Demonstrate. Yes.
Okay.
Demonstration.
She's like, it's like she's not sure what she wants to do, or what she's going. She knows what she has to do, but she doesn't know how she's gonna do it. But she knows she needs to run to the phone booth.
Yeah.
So when she runs away from the kids, and she has her back to the camera, and they're just kind of watching her run away, she like zigzags. But it's I wish I could like, I might have to just buy the movie so I can like clip it and show you guys, because I was like, Anne Hathaway is like one of the most beautiful women in the world, second only to my wife. But she does this thing, and I was like, this is like the most like graceless thing I've like ever seen her do on screen since like, I guess, Princess Diaries. She's like,
I was going to say,
pretty
that's why
clumsy.
she was Princess of Genovia.
But she basically, it looks like this, because she like hunches her shoulders and bends over, but she's also like starting to run really fast, but then slows down. So she kind of does this.
What the?
That's what it looked like. And like I was like, what is she gonna do? And then I was like, wait, why did she run like that? So anyway,
I didn't even
one day we'll
clock
come
that.
back and like I'll show it to y'all. So
Yeah.
Okay, great. Do that.
Yeah,
in
I can't
3
believe I
months.
didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Maybe it didn't register to me because they had literally just fallen into a pool.
Yeah, they're soaking
and
wet.
They're soaking wet. She had just gotten attacked by a dinosaur.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't think it even registered to me clearly. So
And don't forget that her son, like they were ready to escape, and then her son miscounts.
This
and
made me
almost gets
laugh out
them
loud in the
killed.
theater.
Yeah, so funny. The wormhole is like popping in and out, and so her son wants to jump in, and she's like, "Make sure you just count right and get in." And literally, the second he jumps, the thing disappears. He falls and breaks his leg. Like,
Like 3 stories.
yeah.
Yeah. He falls into the tree and then like bounces out of the tree onto the ground. And then a pterodactyl grabs his ankle.
Yeah.
And then Starbuck, a hero, shows up and attacks the freaking flying dinosaur. It kind of reminded me of like when owls will fly in and take cats and small dogs and just pick them up. I was like, oh no, this is exactly what's going to happen to Starbuck.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen.
That's really what I thought was going to happen. So,
but no, not to our goat, not to Starbuck.
Not to Starbuck.
But see, that was an opportunity to where like I'm not even going to lie, like I would love a 3-hour cut of this movie that's just like, and it feels like maybe they were going to do something like this. This is a Bad Robot movie. Bad Robot recently just laid off like a ton of its workforce.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams like has not followed through on a lot of the stuff that he hasn't produced the content I think that like he was supposed to.
Yeah,
since he did his deal with Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But you get this sense, especially with like when the movie starts, it feels really big. It feels like there's these characters like, oh, I wonder, and it's effective. It's really like, the daughter played by
Audrey.
Maisie Stella who is in Mild Ass,
Yep.
who's awesome in that. You get the sense like, oh, like this girl she's talking to and her boyfriend, you're like, at first you think she's into the guy, and then you realize that she's into the girl.
Mm-hmm.
But you get the feeling that this is going to be like a community in crisis thing, and it.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe they had a cut where it was like that. Like I get the sense that they maybe wanted to do that. Anyway, all that to say, they had. I bet you money that they planned for Starbuck to die, and when they brought back Greg, like got him out of the zone by the Anne Hathaway ordering the pizza, that he also brought Starbuck with it somehow. That's what I would have done. So it's like you lose Greg, you lose Starbuck, and then you get the back at the end.
Yeah.
But Starbuck makes it out, which is also good.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I literally cheered. I went, Starbuck! When I saw him running.
Nice.
This though focuses on kind of one of my only big problem with this movie. There is such a dark premise to the end of this movie that is not addressed at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Okay? So in this movie, Anne Hathaway and her children, and Tabitha, is that her name?
Jeanette.
Close enough.
Close.
Same thing.
Close enough. And Jeanette, a child that they found in the process of trying to get away from the dinosaurs, all escape. They get back. They figured out it's the night that the wormhole comes, and it's like 20 minutes before or something like that. And Anne Hathaway calls Ewan McGregor's character, was delivering pizzas that night, and gets him to deliver a pizza that's outside of the wormhole zone. And we also figure out at the end of the movie, the very end, that she had called a few other people whose numbers like she remembered and got them out as well. But what this means is there was another version of Anne Hathaway and her children that were in the house that just went back to the dinosaur time and most likely were killed and eaten by dinosaurs. And that is incredibly dark and scary and horrible to think about. And Anne Hathaway's character must know that. Must know that she did that and made that decision, and it's never addressed. And I would have just loved, like, even if it was a look, even if it was just one moment where it's like, as happy as everyone is, this is kind of insanely dark and weird and crazy.
Well, and also, let's not overlook the fact that not only did she basically send herself and her kids back in time, or a version of themselves, she also sent basically the whole neighborhood. I mean, the only people, the only people who got out were Mel, their next door neighbor, Mrs. Huddleston, and the librarian and her husband, and that's it. That's 4 people that they saved. Now, I know memorizing phone numbers is not something that we here in 2026 do very much anymore, because we have computers that do that for us, that are in our pockets at all times.
Yeah.
But in the 80s, at least from what every person who was alive then has told me, they had lots of numbers memorized.
Yeah.
And so I just find that's just crazy that she basically sent the entire neighborhood back to be killed.
Yeah, and it's like, I know, I don't think it'd be possible for her to save everybody, but it is interesting that she made that decision and, knew that if Ewan McGregor came to deliver the pizza, then that meant she was down there. And we even get further confirmation that at the end of the movie, when they're having like this picnic, and we see 2 Jeanettes. There are 2 of them. Because she was like, I have to go find my parents. And at the end, I'm like pretty sure that was 2 of the same.
Okay. Yes.
Wait, really?
I'm glad you brought that
at
up.
the end of the movie.
Because
I'm
who was
pretty
the
positive.
other? Who was the other girl?
Okay, there's a family of white people and a family of non-white people, and in the first part of the movie, there are 3 non-white people, and in there 4. There had to be 2 of them. 2 Jeanettes.
No, I thought that was like Jeanette's mom and dad.
there was another person though,
and there was another girl with
it
them,
was her
and then there was a
parents
girl with the sister
and Jeanette, and then there was another one
by Anne Hathaway's daughter, who like they had a romantic theme seemingly building.
Yeah,
She was standing by her, and then Jeanette, it seemed to be Jeanette and her parents also walked up.
yeah. He was too busy focused on the run.
He was thinking about the run.
He was focused
Yeah.
on the run at that point. He was not thinking about anything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I do want to talk about kind of the family dynamics in this movie and how that really played out throughout the rest of the film. So we see them at the very beginning, like I mentioned earlier, where Greg is leaving the neighborhood party early because he's like, I have to go deliver pizzas, and they asked me to do that. And so he leaves early, and Denise, Anne Hathaway's character, is obviously upset about that, about the fact that he is leaving time with the family. The two kids are watching their parents fight from a distance, and talking about whether or not they're ever going to get divorced. And so you can tell there's tension between Denise and Greg. And then all of this happens, and you can see the tension building and building, and they have a huge fight later after they've been sent back in time, which is a crazy, in my mind, I'm like, this is a crazy time to be fighting about this sort of thing.
Yeah.
You guys don't even know if you'll ever, like, you know, have running water again, and you guys are fighting about whether or not Greg should have told you about getting laid off. I understand tensions are high right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not married, so maybe as, you know, the one non-married person in this group, I feel differently about it than the married people in the group. But that just feels like a weird time.
Yeah, well, and I can confidently say that if I got laid off, the first person I would tell would be my wife. So
Sure. But you don't want her to worry.
But men
Right?
of the 80s just
bury the boy.
double stuffed it.
Bury the
down.
boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and
but
men of the 2020s, they don't do that
Don't
at
do
all.
that. Yeah.
No, we tell
Don't
our
do that.
wives when we
I don't
get
do
laid
that.
off.
Yeah.
But I
yeah.
can say that as a married person, when the fight happens, you don't plan for it. It just it just happens.
You know
Fair
what?
enough, fair enough.
T-Rex
Yeah.
outside, it doesn't matter. We're arguing about jobs and money
And
whatever
whether you're
else
drinking too
comes up.
much.
If you're whether you're writing a book about how you want to leave, and,
yeah.
you know, or you're on your way to a retreat
yeah.
with your children, just as a random example.
I do have to say I did really like the Anne Hathaway's character is writing a book, and in it's about a woman who I think leaves her family to kind of pursue her dream, and you know seems very much like Anne Hathaway's inserting herself in there. But I think it's really interesting because that's always an interesting conversation about, you know, if art is about the people who make it or not. Famously, Y&W Melly, they played Murder on My Mind at his murder trial, which is a song about him killing his friend. And he was on trial for killing his friend. So
Yeah.
You get the sense that and those aspects of the script were really good, where it was just like, oh, not blink and you miss it. That's the wrong phrase, but it's just like, if you were not paying attention when Ewan McGregor said, I read your book, and you think he's going to say, and it was shitty or whatever, or it was, you know, not good. You think he's going to say that, but then he said, like, you want to leave. I read your book. I know that's part, and it's like, oh, and that's all it's very quick. It's very effective. And then the same with her when she opens the basement and realizes that it's flooded, and she just like, oh, it's gone. It's all gone.
Yeah.
So
Well, because earlier in the movie, when she's talking with the elderly neighbor who's like editing it for her, she's like, have you let your husband read this? And she's like, oh no, Greg doesn't want to read it. He doesn't need to read it. This is just for you and me. And she's like, you should let your husband read it. It's really good. And, again, she's just kind of in denial. But I think that shows in subtle but not so subtle ways of the marital issues that they are having and have been having for a long time, that whether we can argue whether or not she was fantasizing about another life, right? And I think, to be fair, it's probably pretty common for us to all think of another version of our lives, right? Like I was thinking about this earlier today. I went and saw humble brag, I went and saw La La Land for the 10th anniversary in Dolby.
Oh, nice.
And that was really fun. Isaac, if you haven't read my review, you should read it on Letterboxd because I name drop you in it. Because Isaac and I went and saw that 10 years ago together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anyway, not the point of this, of me bringing that up, but, part of that movie is thinking about a life you could have had.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that we do maybe not frequently, but from time to time we think about, man, if I had made this decision or if I were to do this, how different would my life be, right? If Denise were to actually leave her family, how different would things be for her, right?
Yeah.
If Greg had been honest about some of the things going on in his life, how different would their family dynamic be? How different would their marriage be? And I think that probably resonates with a lot of people because that's something we all experience, right? Yeah. And I liked that part of the movie too, is that it's still the fact that they traveled through a wormhole and are in, dinosaur times, and there are dinosaurs out there killing everyone else in the neighborhood, and they're trying to figure out how to survive. It still had this very human element to it. Yeah. Which is crazy to say given the plot of this movie.
Yeah, I think it's cool to see a couple that is obviously like having some struggles, and it feels like they're both kind of working on these issues they have separately instead of together, and then they're thrown into this situation where it's like, we have to work together to get through this, or like we're not going to get out of this, or none of us are.
Yeah. The exchange that felt most raw and maybe like, if the rest of the script was this pointed, that's the kind of movie I want to see, where it's kind of like, if there's a longer R-rated version of this movie, I think it would probably be a masterpiece where their fights are more intense. It's like, it is like the emotional intensity is as violent as the dinosaur violence that you get. Like when she says something along the lines of, I can handle more than you. I can handle just as much as you can and probably more. Yeah. That's like one of the most cutting things I've heard like anyone like say it. And it's brief. It's not Marriage Story, but it would be interesting to have like Marriage Story set in Jurassic Park. Like, and that's kind of what the movie is, but it's more the more blockbuster version. I would love to see the R-rated like Marriage Story version.
Do you
of
think
this movie.
When Adam Driver punched the wall, that would attract the dinosaurs, or would that not be loud enough?
I had a thought too. Do you remember the scene that leads to Ewan? That reminds me, Walker. The beginning of the scene that culminates in Greg's death, when the T-Rex is like sneaking up on them. I was like, it would be like shaking the ground. Yeah, but the way that it looks is like it's a smaller T-Rex. Right, like I'll give him that. Yeah, it's a baby.
Maybe it's a baby T-Rex. He's just still terrifying.
But at the same time, it's like, and I get like they're hunters, so maybe they were silent. But it's like, I feel like it would be making way more noise than that. Because like a horse can't sneak up on you, you know? Oh, Walker, what did you say?
T-Rexes weighed between 11,000 to 18,000 pounds. So I don't think it was sneaking up on anything that can hear.
Yeah.
That was the most unrealistic point of the
Yeah,
whole movie.
part of the movie. That would never happen.
a T-Rex sneaking up on people? No.
That's
Well,
great.
and it wasn't going slow. It was running.
No.
Like, it
Yeah.
was running at them.
It had
right,
some
the whole
speed
time.
behind it. It had some
Yeah.
oomph behind it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and like you see it, the camera pans, it's like following them.
Yeah.
You see its like spine in the street, or no, not spine. You see its like head or tail
Yeah.
or something in the street, like over the houses,
yeah.
and you can tell like, oh, it's like. At first you think it's just passing by, but then you realize,
Yeah.
oh no, it like looped and found them. But I was
Yeah.
like, in the street, you're probably cracking some pavement and breaking the curb, and like that's not gonna
Yeah.
make any noise. Like I don't know.
Let me ask y'all a question. What the hell was it that this scene like was actually pretty scary to me?
Mm-hmm.
The scene where they wake up in the middle of the night and the house is like violently shaking,
Mm-hmm.
and Ian McGregor's character goes to the window and lights the match, and all they can see is
Yeah.
fur against the window. That was like, for some reason, got me really good. Like, it almost felt like we're getting to like a Lovecraftian like horror where it was like cosmic, because it's like this, whatever this was so big, and all I could think of was it was a mammoth or something. But we
I
didn't
thought
ever
it was a
see one.
mammoth.
I thought we were
Yeah.
going to see a mammoth after that.
Yeah,
But I guess
I
it was
also-
one of those like stegosauruses that had fur.
that had to be what
Yeah.
it was for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
So, okay, I know we're coming up on time, but I do want us
Yeah.
to talk about some of the shots that they had in this
Yes.
film, and
I'm-
I specifically want to hear them from Walker.
I've never seen so many split diopter.
The
Yeah.
only
in my
other
life.
complaint I have about this movie is the incomplete overuse of split diopter. And I
Explain.
think
Hold on. Explain
Yeah,
that for the people at home.
I got you. So split diopter is a filter you can use on your camera, and it basically allows you to have something that's in the foreground and something that is farther away from the camera, more in the background, in focus at the same time. So like usually, the cameras sitting in one spot, and if you have your aperture more open, you can only have, something closer to the camera or something farther away. Split diopter allows you to do both, and it kind of like even will make them seem like more equal in the.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie uses it a lot, more than I think I've ever seen in a movie. And
Yeah.
I think sometimes it uses it really well. I think a
Uh-huh.
great example of this is when Anne Hathaway's character goes to the old lady's house to check on her. And it's kind of, I don't think we've seen a dinosaur at that point yet.
Yeah,
We're
it's
just
like
kind
right
of
at the
hearing
beginning.
them. Yeah, we're kind of seeing them, and she sees this old lady has been attacked and has died, and there are like bloody footprints leaving her house, and that's when a dinosaur comes into the house, and there's a shot where Anne Hathaway is like backed up against a wall, and so we get a split diopter shot of her in focus, and then a picture of the old lady and her husband, and it's like that was cool.
Excellent.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah.
A great use of it. The scene where they started to really get lost in the sauce, there are great shots and bad shots, I think, in this scene using it, is that when the family is having a conversation in their living room after they've discovered there's dinosaurs, they've boarded up all the windows and everything, and they're having conversations. And so there are some really cool shots where people are getting emotional. Obviously, they're upset, they're scared. So there's like shots of the daughter and Anne Hathaway both in focus, and we kind of can see them both at the same time. And those are good. But then there's also a shot of the son and Anne Hathaway both in, and it's like all you can see is the son's hair. Like it's like his hair in focus is half the frame. And it started to just get a little like, at that point it's like, well, now we're not doing this for a purpose. We're just doing it because we want to.
Like, do you think it was foreshadowing that he was gonna mistime the jump and fall into the tree?
I don't know how that would be foreshadowing for that, but
I'm
maybe that's their excuse.
I laughed out loud when that happened. I was like, "Rah!"
When he fell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
It was
okay,
like, of course.
not because I'm cruel, but because like he timed it perfectly. They were like, they waited. It was like,
Uh-huh.
okay, I'm going to jump right when it comes back. And
Yeah.
he jumped and like it just
He
Yeah.
made the classic video game mistake of he counted like to 6, like he's like, oh, it's available for 6 seconds, and he counted that like to 6 like 5 times. He waited too long. It's gonna change. You gotta go.
Oh, yeah.
You count
Yeah.
twice 6. You gotta go. You gotta go
Yeah,
on the
that's
next
true.
one.
Yeah,
You keep going,
yeah.
it's gonna change on you. But yeah,
Going back to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I just like, again, I like Split Doppler. I think it's cool. I want, like, I've thought about ordering a Split Doppler filter because I think it's cool. But I just think that, like, if they'd used it in a few shots,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been a lot better. But they just started to overuse it. They're using it in shots I didn't think made sense. It didn't like serve any purpose. It was just like, we have this and we've been using it in this scene, so we have to keep doing it. And that was when it was like, okay, this is, now you've turned it from something cool into a gimmick, and I don't like that. What did y'all think?
I like the, it's a good idea, especially in that scene where they're trying to like reason and make sense of
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
of why and how, and particularly to highlight the differences of how Greg and, I've been saying Anne Hathaway because I
Denise.
have respect
Denise.
for her. Yeah, so much respect for her. Yeah, Denise.
Okay.
But how he's like, and it was funny, but it was also like, oh no, I guess like Greg does believe. He's like the faith, optimism, like things will work
Yes.
out, and she's like, we need to survive, we need to band together, we need to have logic,
Yeah.
and in that, yeah, I like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But how they,
Yeah.
she said, we go to church like once a year
On
or
Christmas.
on Christmas, and you're talking about God, and the girl, Maisie Stella's character is reading Carl Sagan, and it was like a little kitschy, but not too kitschy, and just given the like backdrop of what's going on, it was more of like oh no, this is believable as a high school student who was like reading this stuff and genuinely like believable as like being interested in it.
Yeah.
And that way also being able to explain, oh, I guess these are like wormholes where these dinosaurs are coming through. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
like this movie, would recommend it to basically anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Same. I enjoyed it. I don't know if it's one, like, I would probably watch it again with other people who haven't seen it before, but I don't know if I'd ever just load it up on my own,
Yeah. I think
Like I'll watch it with Jess for sure.
Yeah, I would like to watch this with. I went by myself, but I would like to watch it with a group of people just to see what it would be like. But I would for sure watch this movie again. Like, I think I had a good time. It was surprising. Again, was not expecting to see any of the 4 main characters die. Especially Ewan McGregor's character, and so seeing his death on screen was jarring for sure. And I was like, oh, they went there. Okay, this is not quite the Spielberg-esque film I thought it was gonna be, which again I really liked. I think Isaac said this a couple times, but I think an R-rated version of this film would be really, really interesting, maybe kick it up a notch or two, which would be really cool. But I had a good time.
I do have one more complaint I have to say, and it's that there's no freaking Triceratops in this movie. That's BS.
That is BS.
Triceratops
go ahead.
People would probably say they're an overrated dinosaur. I would argue actually underrated dinosaur. So they're sick. They only eat vegetables and they can fight T-Rexes. That's just so sick. That's like so
sick.
baller. It's awesome. So
do you think, because a lot of dinosaurs didn't exist at the same time, even though we kind of think they all existed at the same time, do you think that's from a very specific like age?
I'm I'm sure it is, and I know it was. I think Triceratops existed later. Like I think they're one of the like kind of last surviving non like avian dinosaurs.
Oh, okay.
I would love for a paleontologist to tell me I was wrong about this. That's just what I think from remembering about reading
And there's
dinosaurs.
no way to find out. There's not a
I'm
single
not
way
gonna.
for us to
Walter's not here to Google it, so
know. Yeah,
I'm just gonna
and we're
act like
running
I'm
out
right.
of time, so like, there's not
Yeah.
really like we can't do it.
They
But
also could think they could run like 20 miles per hour though, which is
That's
awesome
pretty
because they
sick.
weighed like
They're
20,000
huge.
pounds.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. What is everyone's favorite dinosaur?
I don't. I like
Wow.
dinosaur movies, but I don't really care about dinosaurs.
Isaac
mean-
doesn't think dinosaurs are real. I'm just gonna say
Okay.
it, guys. He told me that in
I'm a
confidence.
creationist.
and I couldn't resist. I had to spill the beans. So
Yeah, no, that's
Walker,
fair.
I have to say, like, I feel like every episode you drop some knowledge about like some random thing, and I'm like, man, this kid knows everything, like random things about everything.
my brain is honestly a random conglomeration of things. I read so much as a kid, and like
Yeah.
I don't read that much anymore, which sucks, and I should. But so like I just have all this useless crap that doesn't help me at any other point. So I just have to try to use.
You know
it
what you
somewhere.
should do? You should
What?
go to the Bears Den on Mondays and Thursdays for trivia. Let me tell you, that is how Olivia got fed on Mondays and Thursdays for entirely too long in my
That's
senior
so-
year of college.
That's so funny. You know, they had an open mic night at Bears Den, like right when we first moved to
Amazing.
Conway, and my sister was like, "Oh, y'all should come." And we went, and no one else showed up, and it was just the guy who was hosting it, just playing like his original songs on acoustic guitar for like 30 minutes, and we're like, I
Aw.
gotta get out of here. I gotta leave.
I haven't
It's
been to
kinda
the
sad.
Bears Den since Gordon Ramsay came to
Yeah.
fix it up, and I just don't know if I can bring myself to go.
Well, Olivia,
It's not
let me
the-
encourage
it's
you
not
and
the
tell
same.
you that I'm pretty sure they just changed everything right back immediately. So
Amazing.
it does not look anything like it looked. I don't know what it looked like before, but I know it doesn't look
maybe-
like what it looked like on the show.
Okay, great. Maybe I should take a trip to Conway just to go to the den.
Yeah. Don't
I'm
let
not
me
gonna do
know.
that.
Don't text me. Don't tell me in Savannah or anything. Just go to Bears Den.
I'm just gonna drive 5 hours to go to the Bears Den and drive 5 hours back.
I'll meet y'all there, and then we'll go to their apartment, and I can behold Teddy.
Behold Teddy.
I
Can
would
we get
also like to
pineapple whip
behold-
too? I'm like addicted
Oh,
to
yeah.
pineapple whip.
God, I
truck.
miss
Right.
pineapple whip. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I love P whip.
Olivia, are you gonna see? This is not our next movie, but it's coming really soon. I'm actually pretty pumped because it's like in 1 month. Are you going to see Resident Evil?
Aren't we covering it?
Yeah, we are.
I think so. Yeah.
There's
For the sake of the pod, I will go see Resident Evil. I
Let's give it up for
really
Olivia.
want to see. Thank you. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna go see it. I'm probably gonna go see it at the earliest showtime, and then watch a lot of Bob's Burgers afterwards.
let me tell you, Isaac. You think I dropped some random knowledge on all our episodes? Just wait
Oh,
till we
no,
get
no,
to the
I'm
Resident
excited.
Evil episode. Just wait.
I'm going to have a full pot of coffee like right here on my desk because I'm booking 3 hours.
Yeah.
to just,
We're
like-
gonna talk about the T virus, the G virus.
Uh-huh.
We're talking
Yeah.
about it.
We're gonna be here all night.
Yeah.
It's basically confirmed that like the movie is happening during Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, it's okay. There's
Hey,
a lot
guys,
there's a lot that goes into this.
Nope. Stop. We're gonna talk about this
Do we, yeah, okay,
later.
yeah,
We are at
We'll
an
talk about it
hour
later.
and 8 minutes. If we're gonna
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
anything
yeah,
else, we're gonna talk about the Phoebe Bridgers album, and I don't even think
Yep.
we need to do that. We can talk about that later.
We could spend a couple minutes on Phoebe Bridgers. I like that album. I jokingly like this past Friday when it came out. I jokingly texted you guys, well, that was really sad. Time to listen to some Geese. But I did like the album. I thought it was really good. I
Yeah.
liked that opening track she's doing. What is that called? Voice box.
I don't know what it's called,
voice
but I know what
filter.
you're talking about. Yeah, she has some weird voice filter thing on her.
I loved it. I was like, that's cool. I haven't heard her do that before.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
so
really
this
sad.
album was really different for lots of reasons.
Yeah.
I'm about to drop some knowledge.
Go for it.
But so she actually worked with a voice coach, and it's the same voice coach that Hayley Williams worked with and has worked with for a really long time. So and I've listened to this album all weekend. And so the album came out on Friday. We're recording this on Sunday. So that's pretty much the only thing I've listened to, except on my way home from La La Land. I listened to the La La Land soundtrack because it's so good. I was like, I need some reprieve. And the first couple of songs are really happy on the La La Land soundtrack.
Yeah.
So it was fine. And so I could tell a difference in her voice. I don't know if you guys noticed that at all,
For
but
sure.
it feels like her
I'll
voice
pay attention to that
is
next time I listen
stronger.
to it.
It's definitely
And
stronger.
she's doing more things with it that we haven't really heard in her previous solo albums, any of the Boy Genius albums. She's also has several collab albums with different people. And so, it feels like her voice is much stronger than it's ever been, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I also like the album a lot. I thought there was a lot of really cool and interesting production choices on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever listened to the band The Books. It's like this experimental band that would make albums. They would go to thrift stores and buy tape cassettes and just buy a bunch of those and makes albums with them. And it's super, super cool and experimental. And there was a song on this album where it's getting to the end of the song, and then the song just kind of goes crazy. Is the only way to describe it. And I was like, "Oh, this sounds like The Books. This is really cool and interesting. So it's cool, and it's, I love seeing a happy song from Phoebe Bridgers that seems to be my boy Bo Burnham, who I'm a big fan of. Made Savannah go see Inside at the movies with me when it came out to the movie.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Yeah, I liked it. It's been fun. I'm glad to have another Phoebe album. I've listened to Punisher so many times at this point that I'm glad to have something else to listen to from her that's not a collab.
Yes, yeah, just a Phoebe album, which is really great. I think I've mentioned this on the pod before, but I know I've told you guys this. I get to go see her in October on this tour, and I'm very excited
so
because...
fun.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun, and it's going to be really interesting because it's actually going to be the second concert I've ever been to where they are no phones. But this is going to be the first time I saw the Eagles back in 2015, and they were like, please no phones. We just want you to sit and enjoy the music, which was really cool. But they didn't take your phones. They had the people who worked in the arena get on to you essentially. But with this concert, I think they're actually they're gonna make you put your phones and smartwatches and whatever else in a baggie essentially, and they hold it or something. I
think they lock it magnetically, and then you're leaving, they'll unlock it. And
so I'm really excited to just be at a concert for the first time in my entire life, which is kind of sad but also really exciting. So it'll be cool.
That'll be super cool. Before we go to, I've been talking about House of the Dragon this whole time, and I just want to say, best season 3. So
wow,
I agree. Jess and I have started saying, I'm alive.
So good.
so good. I love that they're leaning into how ridiculous everything is.
Yeah.
I wish it would be a little bit more comedic and satirical, honestly, at this point, because it's you have 6 dragons, but you are not expressing gratefulness or leveraging any sort of goodwill toward these people who could just light your whole army on fire, which is what happens. So anyway, Olivia. Yeah.
Sorry, I clocked out because I was really locked in on, I think it was Sandor that came out.
Yep.
Yeah.
As soon as you said, I'm
went into the back
alive,
rooms.
he poked his head out and came in.
Nice,
yeah.
okay.
And came out a little bit and then turned around and went back in. But it was really funny timing with you saying, I'm alive.
Yeah. right there.
Anyway.
We'll have to get that clipped. I'm gonna go watch Lanterns here in a second.
Oh, I
I
know
was
that.
like,
I
that's
didn't
really
realize that was
good.
It's
out.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tonight, and then
Sick.
what was it? Oh, I was gonna say Phoebe Bridgers wise. My favorite Phoebe Bridgers song is "Claw Machine" from I Saw the TV Glow
yeah.
that
Oh,
she
yeah.
does
Yeah.
with Stacey Jane.
Yeah.
That's like the saddest song in the world, but also gets me hype.
Yeah.
So
Speaking,
anyway,
she's
just
gonna.
wanted to shout that out.
She's in prime time too, so we'll be talking about her
She
again
is.
soon.
We'll be
Yeah,
talking-
she's gonna be
Talk
coming
about
back.
her acting debut.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
really
My
excited.
favorite Phoebe Bridgers song is actually "I Know the End." I've listened to that song so
Mm-hmm.
many times, and Savannah always, when I put it in the car, she's like, "Can you please skip it once it gets to all the breathing at the end?"
Oh,
Oh, where
I
she's like-
love that part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Is that? I just thought she was screaming. I didn't think it was breathing.
Well, she like screams
Right at
and
the
then at
end.
the end, she's like,
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
That's why she needed a voice coach.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know what my favorite Phoebe Bridgers song is.
Should I land this plane?
Land it.
All right.
"Only you can
Take
do
us
it."
through that
I'm gonna
wormhole.
take us through the wormhole. Thank you for listening. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe. Our editor and producer is Walter Lyle. Our music is by Corden Jocks. Our art is by Sean Cohen. Our next episode is going to be Spirited Away.
Whoop.
I'm pumped to watch it. It's been 9 years since I watched it at Olivia's house. Shout out to Olivia for our friendship and watching La La Land with me 10 years ago.
And here we are. 10
And
years
here we are,
later.
10
This is
years
actually
later.
a beautiful story of friendship,
Yep.
and I love it.
It is. Anything nice you want to say to me, Olivia?
I wrote about it in my review for La La Land on Letterboxd. I wrote it for everyone
It was
to
very
see.
sweet.
Yeah. No, I love that we do this, and I love that we've been friends since we were 18. And I love that Walker has joined us on this journey. And we're so grateful for you, Walker.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I look
Young
forward to
strapping
this.
lad.
I look forward to this every week, and so I love doing this with you guys. And I just have to say, I've been watching season 3 of Twin Peaks: The Return too, and I cannot wait to talk about it with you guys.
What episode are you on?
Episode 3.
Oh my gosh. Olivia, you got to start watching it.
I
'cause
know.
we-
I know.
It's so much.
Walker
and so
has been
dense.
saying it for the past 3 weeks. I know.
It's going to break your brain in
Okay,
the
great.
best way possible.
Great.
I honestly made the great decision of not watching season 1 and 2, and so I'm kind of experiencing the return as the OG fans of Twin Peaks did, and I'm actually
sure.
loving it. Like, I'm so confused and lost and like Googling people and characters, and it's actually been fun.
Yes, for if you're still listening at this point, we are doing an episode on Twin Peaks, which honestly should probably be like an entire year's worth of content for the whole series. We're doing an episode in October or November, and I have watched The Return twice, and I still like do not understand it, and still like I'll watch an episode and just be like, oh my gosh, I forgot that this happens.
Yeah.
Like there's so many little nooks and crannies. It is
Isaac,
just
literally,
amazing.
you mentioned the green glove one time to me, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then I'm watching the episode, and he walks in
Yep.
the bar with the green glove. I was like, "Oh my god, I totally forgot about this. That this guy's just wearing."
This is my vow to you guys. I will resume my Twin Peaks watch this week. That is my vow.
Sweet.
Thank you.
So next week when we record Spirited Away, I will update you guys on where I'm at.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So
Sounds good.
great.
All right. Got great things ahead. Thanks for joining us. We're getting on the flight, headed out of here.
There's Sandor.
I don't know. I'm just riffing, you know. Oh, here's Sandor.